Yeah, that's right. This is the hardcore icon, the Sandman. And if you want to be hardcore like me, you want to be extreme like me, well, then you better listen to Reliving Extreme Podcast, hosted by Aaron and Nate Maxson and Chad Austin. Pay your bill, Tommy Cairo.
Yes, this week on Reliving the Extreme, we are discussing the episode of ECW from August 9th, 1994. I apologize to the listeners. My audio probably sounds like shit, but I'm having to do this show on my phone. Nate Maxson here with you, along with my brother Aaron.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, no.
And, of course, ECW's own Mr. Chad Austin.
Hey, everybody.
Yes, and ECW did not give us a lot to work with this week, did they?
I don't know. I can't find my notes.
However, what I will say is the match quality on this show isn't terrible.
What was it? You said it was August 9th?
August 9th, 1994. We have first match. Well, we start out with a video of Jason and Mikey, but our first match is the Spiders versus the Bad Breed.
Yeah, I was just on that page. I'm sorry. My notebook got dropped of all my notes, and now I'm like shuffling. I'm going back and
What the fuck doesn't go in order, Chad?
trying to figure out where my notes were at. But
Chad's
yeah,
gonna be like, then Sal Palomo.
We'll get in there. It's the show starts with the recap of the Mikey Whipwreck, Jason saga, and
Saga.
The WWE network.
he said saga.
The WWE
Yeah.
fucking network put some music over it, and I don't know what the fuck that music was.
Yeah, I
Oh
put
my
Mikey.
goodness!
I put Mikey versus Jason set to country music.
I put that it looked like, I'm assuming it was by somebody named Boxcar Carter, because it was like 1920s like fucking blues music. It's like, what the fuck is going on?
You say Dick? You said it was Dixie Carter?
Yeah, Dixie Carter played this music.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I don't even know. I wish I would love to tell you what I thought the song was originally. Do you have any idea? Like
Unless they used "Loser," I have no idea.
for Mikey?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right. That's probably what it was. But that song that they dubbed in there on the Peacock, it was brutal.
That was awful. Yes. And once again, like the couple of the videos from last week, they dubbed the music in, and it's so loud that it distracts from anything that could possibly be being said during the show.
Yeah. I have "Good Lord" written down.
I saw that.
Actually, I have "Good Lord" written down. 1, 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 12 times. Yeah. Good Lord. That's what I got to think about this.
Well, up next after this video,
And then, wasn't I involved in this?
I think there were clips with you involved. Yes, because you guys, because you're with Jason now. He's your manager.
Oh yeah, I mean at 10%. You guys didn't know, but he was also managing SD Jones on the side too.
The man from Antigua, man.
I mean, yeah, I mean he was getting half of that Antigua money, the West Indies money.
After inflation, I don't know how much that is, but it ain't much.
I don't even think they even have money in the Antiguas.
They're still dealing in beads.
It's the barter system. They just trade shit.
It's like bottle caps and promises.
Bottle caps and there you go. Bottle caps and promises. I think we got the name of this show.
I think you're right.
Bottle caps and promises.
Well, then Joey Styles is in the Eagle's Nest and welcomes us to the ECW arena. And we go to a match that actually isn't too bad. It is the Bad Breed against the Spiders.
We don't want to talk about Mikey's promo?
Oh, you can go ahead and talk about it.
I loved it. I don't know, Aaron. What'd you think, Aaron?
I just thought it was a really good fucking promo, and it was like the first. Like I know they've been doing a lot of things with Mikey, but this was like the first
killing time,
but really good promo by him.
I loved it. I mean, literally the notes right next to it said Mikey promo, and I wrote loved it.
Yeah, essentially he said, "I'm sure every man, woman, and even child in the arena could beat me, but I know I can beat Jason."
Jesus. That's sad. Yeah,
And
well.
of course, Jason and Mikey will be wrestling for the TV title at Hardcore Heaven, which we will be covering next week here on the show. I actually think I may have found a YouTube version of it, so we don't have to watch the WWE Network version. I will send that to you, gentlemen.
Thanks.
But like I said before, the Bad Breed and the Spiders is what's next. And I don't know who. Do you know who these Spiders were, Chad?
Yes, exactly. You
the
don't know who they were?
It's the Headbangers.
Yeah.
Already? Really?
It's Glenn and Chaz. I mean, I knew Glenn was the original Spider. Like, he worked in like the early 90s as the Spider.
Mm-hmm.
And Chaz came up a couple years later, and then they became the Spiders. And then they started doing the deal. And I don't know. It got them to be what were they called? What were they called? The fucking head moshers, whatever.
The headbangers of the WWF, yeah.
Whatever. They were called the well-wishers. The goodwillers.
May the odds ever be in your favor.
Yeah.
They were also the Sisters of Love. That's how they debuted in the WWF.
I can't. I hope they saved their money, is all I can tell you. Because they didn't have a long run.
No, they didn't. They are still using that gimmick on the indies to this day. They were at an indie show as the Headbangers last winter that Aaron and I went to.
Well, they're older than me. No, Glenn and Chaz really are older than me. I'm 50. I'm 49. So they got to be like 53, and they're Spiders. They still got to put a mask on. Good Lord. What a life they live, I guess. I don't know. And can you imagine being like 54, 55 years old and, all right, honey, I'll be right back. And you got to walk through the curtain and you got to put a mask on your head.
Either that or if they're wrestling as the Headbangers, they got to put the kilt on, and the Marilyn Manson shirt.
Yeah, who knows? Why can't they get booked like 3 times on one show for all their gimmicks? The Headbangers, what else were they again?
When they came into the WWF, they were the Sisters of Love, and they dressed as nuns, and they were managed by fucking Brother Love.
I'm gonna tell you this: I have nuns of love for these fucking guys. These goose are these two goose. I'm just not a fan. And they were in ECW. I can't. The only thing that I can imagine is, it may have had to have been Dennis Carluzzo thing, because on the surface it screams that Dennis was a Glenn guy.
Yeah, well, I was going to say I know they worked for him as the Spiders at some point, so you're probably right. They probably just were on this show because of Dennis.
I think they're both out of Jersey or whatever.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, but it screams like this is kind of like have we started the whole NWA kind of thing with Carluzzo? Because we know how that went. It was a disaster.
Yeah, well, and it's the split's coming up. We're within a month, Aaron, of
Yeah,
split.
yeah.
Okay, so then we're right on schedule then.
Mm-hmm.
So this is
We're pretty close to the tournament.
This is a couple of months TV, a couple of months prior to where it falls apart.
Yeah.
So this is where it seemingly is good.
This is because this is August 9th, and this was probably taped in July sometime, but this is August 9th, and Shane throwing down the NWA title, I think, is August 24th or 23rd. So, yeah, we're less than a month away from that. And that's a whole fucking debacle.
Okay, if you say so. I don't know.
So what did you guys think of this match, Bad Breed and the Spiders here?
I liked it.
I did too.
I don't like fucking Ian for some reason.
Nobody likes fucking Ian, even his wife.
But I don't even mean it. I don't even mean it for the sake that he's just awful to look at. Like, I mean it like he does stupid stuff that I don't like. I mean, Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I actually have written down here sloppy, ugly drop kick into the corner during
Yes.
this match. Yeah.
And he's constantly pulling up his trunks. Like, literally, he's always, like, after he does something, he's got to pull up his fucking ass. Like, you know?
Yeah.
Like, he's constantly got to pull his trunks up. And he's got, like, these weeble wobble legs where it just takes him so long to get to the, you know what I mean? Like, to the spot. And I even like Ian, so I feel bad about shitting on him, but good Lord, was he awful. And Axel was the complete opposite. I mean, can you tell me of any other wrestler who never made it that should have made it besides Axel?
Not off the top of my head, no.
No, Axel actually had everything that should have been a star. You know, only problem Axel didn't have was self-control.
There's only one guy that I can think of.
The big cat?
No, not the big cat. Oh. He got exactly where he belonged. Hack Myers.
Well, that was Hack's fault, man.
Well, no, it's kind of the same, like kind of what you said. It's kind of the same thing. He got in his own way or whatever. But
yeah, Hack just disappeared because he was a victim of. What's that called, Nate? Like, when you move somewhere that's so far from, you know what I mean?
Yeah, he was off the radar. He pulled himself off the radar. Actually,
yeah, I mean, he totally did because he had no problem getting booked. You know, because he would even stay at my house. You know, a lot of times when he was in Baltimore, and then all of a sudden he just got up and rooted himself into Florida.
And as we discussed last week, in the early to mid 90s, where are you going to go in Florida that you're going to get work and exposure, you know, and be in the magazines and et cetera, and get noticed by one of the big two or what have you?
I thought it was everywhere. Anywhere David Sierra is running, or go get a job working for Ricky Santana at that Mexican place that he runs. I don't know, but there's got to be 100 bazillion, you know, places in Florida. I thought so, right?
Mm-hmm. I think that pulling yourself out of the Northeast just is a bad decision at that period of time. You know, because
you would think because of the that's nice though. Yeah, you would also think that, but you would think that would be like. You're kind of looking at your opportunity as opposed to just what you have to do. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, I can stay here and I can keep doing this for this, and this, or I can move. But he got lucky, and when he moved to Florida, I mean, ECW went down there, so he got booked in Florida. Something I wasn't going to do.
Yeah,
I mean, I was halfway there. When at that time when they were running Florida, and I was in Knoxville, and I still said I ain't going. No, I'm not doing that.
Drive all the way down there to maybe get to work,
dude. That's exactly what it was.
Mm-hmm.
It was a maybe. I wasn't doing that, but so I can be in a battle royal and I can be tossed out with Paul Loria. I mean, seriously, no, I'm not doing that. I kind of like crunched my my stuff together and was just like, no, none of this is worth any of it.
The match itself, Aaron, what did you think? I know we just talked about it, but what did you think of this matchup?
Well, I thought it was what it was. It went a little too long. The Bad Breed won with their Doomsday device, and I had to rewind it because they renamed the Doomsday device the Bad Bomb. That's what it's called now. But when I heard Joey say it, I honest to God thought he said Bath Bomb. There's the Bath Bomb. I'm like, what?
The Bad Bomb?
Yeah, that's what they're calling the Doomsday device in ECW right now. The Bad Bomb.
Oh, well, that stinks.
We also saw a Frankenspider.
A Frankenspider?
Yeah. That's what Joey said. One of the spiders did a Frankensteiner, and he called it a Frankenspider, and I wrote that down because that's Joey.
Oh, we're watching ECW
Yes.
All right, I just wanted to make sure. Because none of this sounds like, ECW. We're
Yes,
talking
this is-
about the bad breed and the spiders. It doesn't sound like ECW to me. Whatever, I'll take your word for it.
Up next, we get our friends, the Public Enemy, with a promo talking about the baseball strike that's about to happen in 1994, and the fact that they're going to have a baseball brawl with the Bad Breed at Hardcore Heaven. I thought the little song that Rocco sung was kind of funny.
That was
Good
fucking
night.
stupid.
Yes, come on. Really? Who you liked it, Nate?
I thought the Cracker Jack food stamp line was good.
Take me out to the ball game. That was rotten. It was
It was
rotten.
Ian.
beyond-
It was Ian Rotten.
Dude, it was into the axle right. Yeah. I don't know how Public Enemy got over.
I absolutely agree with you. Like we've said before, they dress like clowns. They act
They're
like idiots.
grown men. They're wearing pajamas. Like they act like they're children. They have. I mean, I would think they would have kids. And spouses and stuff, but yet they act like boobs.
Yes, complete boobs. I agree with you, though. I don't know how it got over. I don't know if it was just a matter of circumstance that I don't know. The EC, for some reason, that arena crowd, like we've discussed before, you take them out of ECW and they totally shit the bed everywhere else they went.
Well, I don't necessarily think that was their fault. I think it was the scenery of where they ended up at.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't put that act and what did they debut at for Titan? What, Poughkeepsie or whatever?
Yeah.
Like a 13,000 seat arena, and you got these two Archie Mitchells parading down the fucking ring with a table and they're
Saying la-di-la-di-da-di, we like
yes. And they got that half-ass music. And like, why are these two goofs walking down here with a table?
Well, it's like Aaron's made the comparison before. I forget what show, but like when they plunk them down in WCW, they go there, I think in 95 or 96, and they're essentially the bushwhackers with tables.
Yeah, they were the
That's what they were. That's what they were hired to be. I mean, that's exactly what they were hired to be. I mean, I didn't want to disrespect them by calling them the bushwhackers, but yes, they were hired to be the bushwhackers.
And I'm not disrespecting the bushwhackers. Like, when the Public Enemy, whatever, like slight edgy type shit they had in ECW, the minute you put them in some kind of corporate company, like anything that made them cool, which wasn't very much, you completely eliminate.
Yeah, they didn't have anything. I mean, their act was not meant for a big stage.
Mm-hmm.
They were the quintessential small fish in a big pond. The minute they got into like WCW, WWF.
Oh, they were fucking rotten. They were rotten. They were wretched. They were rotten. They were ruined. They were irresponsible. Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I never liked Public Enemy. Anything they ever did. None of it. Like, none of it. From even when they went to Titan, when they went to Atlanta, when they anywhere. Mm-hmm. Just none of it worked. Because it was stupid. Because Johnny Grunge, let's be honest, he looks like a doofus.
He does. That's the perfect fucking word, Chad. Thank you. That's the perfect fucking word. He's a doofus.
Yeah. He looks stupid. And then you got the guy who's the perennial, I've been in this business for 30 years and I'm just now barely making it. But I got to wear this stupid ass look like I'm in the Warriors movie jersey, like just to get this act over. And I gotta carry this goof. Just the whole entire act to me screamed like lazy booking.
Now, did you know either one of them very much personally, like a
Grunge or Rocco?
Yeah.
Which one did I know? The only one that I had any other outside dealings with was Ted Petty, because he did the ring.
Mhm.
So I would also be included on ring rentals. Like if a promoter that I worked for rented the ring, and then I would help put the ring up, and it would be Ted Petty's ring. So we would get, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't anything like we exchanged Easter cards and shit. But you know, I mean, Johnny Grunge didn't know what the fuck Johnny Grunge wanted for lunch.
Didn't look like he ever missed a lunch, though.
No, he never missed a lunch. He just didn't know what he wanted. And but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ted was more business than anything.
Well, the next matchup on this show is from the ECW Heatwave Tour, as they put down in the corner of the screen. It is the Sandman against Surfer Ray Odyssey. Aaron?
Oh, okay. I mean, you're telling me, because I don't think I saw that.
I watched it, and I think we've said it before that Ray Odyssey was actually like a pretty goddamn good worker, I think.
I loved Ray, man. I championed Ray. I couldn't tell you how many times. He was a Carluzzo guy at a Jersey, and I went to a bunch of promoters because I always thought there was something there between me and him. I don't know what it was. You know what I mean?
Right. Well, I'll be honest.
I thought there was something there.
I'll be honest. The first time I ever saw him on TV or whatever, I remember on appearances thinking, well, this is going to be bad. And then you watch him and you're like, holy fuck.
Because
he's
you want
really
it to
good.
be bad.
Yeah. I'm like, holy fuck, this dude's really good.
Because it looks like it's so fucking hokey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he comes out, he's got the Banaka on his nose.
He's got the wetsuit, yeah.
Yeah, and he's doing the whole shaking his head. Like, you know, like he got beat up, like, you know, in a surf or something, you know what I mean? And he comes out and he acts all quirky or whatever, but no, dude, the people, I thought it was great. I loved it. I really thought it would have gotten over. I don't know how Paul would have did it, but come on. Tell me there's not something there that you couldn't get over.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He could be, you know, it's just because the ECW fans were hardcore fans. It's not like they would never accept something that's a little more lighthearted.
They already knew him.
Yeah.
What they should have done with
Everybody
him,
in that building knew Ray Odyssey.
what they should have done with him is like Sandman could have got him over, because you know Sandman basically did Ray Odyssey's fucking gimmick before he did with the wetsuit or whatever. And now Sandman's gonna smoke, he's gonna drink or whatever. He should have like went out there with like his thing of Cane and like blessed him like the Queen. You know, like the Queen has the sword and she does it like over the head, like by the ear, ear.
I am so
now blessed you with the gimmick.
I am
Sandman's
so disappointed
like,
there.
okay, you can have the gimmick now, brother. I'm gonna go smoke cigarettes and drink beer and fuck women. And you can have the super gimmick, brother.
Oh, I would have really thought you would have had something better than that one. That kind of fell short.
Can't all be great. Sorry.
He would have got blessed by the Queen.
Sandman.
Oh, good night.
Sandman gives him the wetsuit. It's like when it's like when Ray Sr. gave Rey Mysterio the mask, like that type of thing. Like, you're the sick now, brother. Here's your boogie board. Have fun.
Ray Odyssey. Yeah, man. I really wish Ray Odyssey would have stuck around. I really thought they could have done something with him. Actually, I take that back because it sounded like he was more into cutting into my fucking gimmick. Like if he would have stuck around any longer, he would have took my spot.
Never mind.
Never mind. See you later, pal.
Well, while this match is going on, obviously there's no woman on this show. She's not going to go to wherever the hell this was going on. But I did, the fruit stand place. But I did see one little thing I liked psychology wise in this match that Odyssey did. Sandman picks him up for a pile driver, and Ray Odyssey kicks him in the top of the head with his heels to try to get out of the pile driver. I don't know. I thought that was a cool little touch, you know?
I think the first time I ever saw that was like 1991, '92 Japan, Stan Hansen.
Okay.
Like with I mean, seriously, I could watch Stan Hansen versus Jumbo Shiruda or Akira Tayo. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I could watch them matches every day for the next 10 years and not know whether or not I've seen it or not.
Because you're going to find something new every time.
They're just that great.
Mhm.
But it's little things like that that's what makes wrestling so great.
Yes.
When you can come up with a little tiny thing that just out of who the fuck's gonna say that going over a match?
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna pick me up. I'm gonna kick you in the back of the head with my back of my boots or whatever. You know what I mean? How do you get into that? So that's genius. Is the fact that they even thought about it, right?
Right. Yeah, I did. I really thought that really stuck out to me in the match. Essentially, what happens here is Ray Odyssey accidentally bumps the referee with his elbow, doing a punch on Sandman in the corner. The ref goes down, so obviously we get he could have got a 3 count. Sandman canes.
He could have got a 3
He could have got a 3 count. Sandman canes Odyssey and goes over in this matchup. But again, like I said, I thought it was good. Sounds like we all enjoyed it.
Yeah, I mean, it totally was fine for what it was supposed to be. I mean, it didn't have Dreamer in it, so I mean, it was halfway decent. I mean, it was just to begin with. If it would have had me in it, it would have been bad. And if it would have had Dreamer in it, it would have been halfway decent.
Speaking of which, recap Championship Wrestling next as they sum up the feud, everything that's gone down so far between Tommy Dreamer and the Sandman, because they are going to face each other at Hardcore Heaven. And then a video featuring Terry Funk and Cactus Jack, who are also going to be facing each other at Hardcore Heaven. I haven't seen Hardcore Heaven 94 in years, so I'm actually very much looking forward to watching that match.
Wasn't this video like 3/4 of the show?
It felt like it.
No, seriously. You're right. It felt like it was on for like 13 minutes.
It was like Mr. Hughes' promo segment last week.
Oh, good Lord. Big Cat, he's still talking about everybody he's beaten. And it's all the same 4 people. I still beat Lex Luger. How many times are you going to tell me this? Like, can you imagine a Big Cat going into a pawn shop trying to sell the pawn guy on whatever he's selling? Like, this is owned by the Big Cat, owned by Lex Luger.
I got this from Harley Race.
Yeah, it's like nothing. It's like a dish, like out of his closet, out of his cupboard. It's a teacup. Look at this. You see this right here? This came from Harley Race 7 times world champion.
Harley Race this teacup.
You see this fork right here? You see this spoon? Well, that wasn't that door in the bushes.
He's got one of those commemorative plates that you used to be able to buy from the infomercials or whatever.
Yeah, with the black families that are like they're in the makeup. Yeah, I used to have them too. I think McDonald's used to sell them, didn't they?
This is hardly racist Tupperware.
It was like it was the worst example of blaxploitation you could possibly imagine.
Put it on a plate for fuck's sake.
Yeah. And like the characters that he put on the plate had big lips. You know what I mean? And they had afros and stuff. And it was like the worst example of blaxploitation you could possibly imagine. Because you're like, what the hell is this?
At McDonald's.
Yeah. What the hell is this? I'm trying to be part of the solution, not part of the problem here.
And Big Cat's trying to pawn it.
What's that?
And Big Cat's just trying to pawn it. He's like, this is the Ray Candy collection.
Oh, yeah. Big Cat's all over it. Oh, yeah. Big Cat, he took a step backwards. And he was going to watch it from 30,000 feet. Which was like about a couple steps down the street. But he doesn't know. 30,000 feet.
Up next on this show, our own Chad Austin is in action.
I'm on it?
Yes, against Damian Stone, a.k.a. Little Guido.
I didn't see that.
No, you guys actually put on a hell of a little match there.
Yeah, you guys had a good fucking match.
We had a good little match. Oh, we crawled around our knees. we did a bunch of go behinds.
All right, it wasn't a midget match. That's not what I'm saying.
I think you bit the referee's ass once.
Yeah.
The pile-on pin.
Yeah. All of a sudden, a whole bunch of midgets just jumped in the ring and we beat up on Mike Keener. I actually think I remember this match, and I actually really do think that I really liked it because, oh man, this was one of the first times that I was allowed to kind of book the match.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because Damien, who did Damien go on to be? What's his name?
Little Guido.
Adnan? What's you say his name was? Guido?
Yeah.
Yeah, he went on to be Guido, but this is when he was just first coming in. So he was assigned to be just a job guy for me. And this was my chance to shine. So yeah, I mean, did you guys like the match?
I did.
I really liked it. You did like a crazy bump into like the corner, and when you hit the corner, you got like stuck in the buckles.
Oh, I know. Who did I stole that from somebody? I don't remember who I stole it from, but I mean, stuff like that to me is like perfect in wrestling because nothing is 100% all the time.
Right.
You hit the buckle, you can hit it in this, you know what I'm saying, in a certain way. Just use everything that you have around you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's the way
every bump of every bump of a certain type doesn't have to look the same.
No, it doesn't.
And I mean, you can definitely say I would hope, or I don't know, I'm not going to assume, but that would kind of have been inspired to you by watching Terry Funk because he does a lot of that.
Yeah, him, Gilbert, Lawler.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say Abby. That's not. He's not going to be. But but they're all my favorite. Like they're just guys that I liked, and I mean, it's not like I'm not a big fan of being smart. I'm a big fan of being happy, and I don't mind taking bumps.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what am I, 50? And if I go to a show, I'll take as many bumps as the guy wants to give me.
Right.
I don't give a shit if I can do them. You're not going to do anything stupid, but But I don't mind bumping if you're going to give me an elbow or a clothesline. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, an Irish whip.
I love the Irish whip. Oh my god!
You hit like a I don't know if it's technically a shooting star, but you even you attempted anyway, and Damian Stone moved, but you even hit a shooting star press in this match.
Well, yeah, because I was that was new to my repertoire. And I had just started doing it, like down at the wrestling school. Mm-hmm. And we have like a big stupid dummy to do it on. And I forgot his name.
Ian Rotten?
No, even Ian wasn't that stupid to lay there and let a bunch of guys do backflips on him. I mean, he was probably there, but you know what I mean. We had like a dummy there. It was probably a punching bag thing. And I was working on it, and man, I am not Ricochet. Not Ricochet, to say the least. And it only took me about, 4 times in front of people to realize that I am not Ricochet. I came up with another idea. How about this? I lose. I don't have to come up with a finish. I'm just gonna lose.
But do it with class.
Oh, whatever.
But yeah, I do have here that this was actually for it was pretty high impact action for probably I don't know what they give you about 5 minutes there. Did you was Guido a Corluza guy?
Oh, of course, yeah. I worked Guido. I mean, if I didn't work Guido, I worked with Guido for probably the better part of 12 years.
Okay.
Alongside of the, up and down the East Coast, whether it was Carluzzo,
Mm-hmm.
or any of them people. Yeah, we were always on the same show, but I don't know what. There was a break. I guess there was a break between when we were working together a lot, and then he got hired in ECW, which I don't know. Like, I don't know that story. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I don't know how long of a break it was and what he was doing in that time frame, but yeah, me and little Damien, or I don't even remember what I don't even remember what his name is. We would be on like shows all the time on the boardwalk in Atlantic City. Just all the time. Like, there's certain guys you just see all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And there's certain guys you don't want to see anymore, like Hollywood Bobby Starr and Archie Mitchell. It's twice on one show, Archie.
You're welcome. Well, to end the show, we have a couple of promos here. Paulie Dangerously with 911 by his side, cutting a promo on Sabu and Scorpio. They show clips
Chad
from
won that match, by the way. He doesn't win very many. Chad won that match.
Chad won that match.
I did?
Yeah, with a float over DDT.
I'll float over. Like, what, did I fart on him? I don't have no idea what a float over DDT is.
Like, he went for you, and you kind of like went over it. Like,
he won for me.
He went to do something to you, and you kind of flipped over his back.
Oh, I went behind him.
Yeah,
and then I ended up DDTing him.
Yeah.
Where did I steal that from, Nate? Aaron?
Mm.
Who did that? Somebody. I totally stole that. I didn't make that up.
I don't know.
Was that Ricky Morton, Barry Windham?
Possibly. I've seen Barry Windham do it before.
You think so? Like that wraparound kind of thing?
Yeah.
Huh.
Float over might have been a stupid term for it, but that's what I've always just called it.
No, I think you're right. I think it was like that float over thing where it's supposed to look like you went around him and he didn't really know.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be like if somebody would like try to put you like in like a backslide or whatever, and you flip around and then you hit a DDT on them.
Oh, no shit. I have to go back and watch that because I bet you I couldn't do that if you gave me 100 tries.
I've just always called it a float over. It might be, like I said, it might be a stupid term, but it's.
Hang on, Jess. Get up. Go right over by the TV. Stand there with your hands out, Jess. Jess, can you go right over there? She's going to go right over there in a second. And I'm going to see if I can give her a float over DDT.
That's going to backslide you.
I'd like to see you try to give me a regular DDT.
I can give you a regular DDT. I mean, but this whole jumping behind your back, spinning around, and I don't know how the hell.
No, then I got to take care of you when you break your fucking neck.
You know what's going to happen when it happens to you?
You're probably going to miss me.
We're both going to be paralyzed. I'm going to hurt myself doing it. She's going to hurt herself taking it. Whatever. Don't get me wrong. I'll go outside. This is a pretty. This neighborhood's pretty live. There's always somebody outside. There's got to be a kid a couple houses down that's willing to take that. You just lay here.
You hit your neighbor with a float over.
I can see the headline now. Local man kills paperboy with float over DDT.
My buddy that lives in the house next door to me, he's only probably 5. And me and him are like the best of friends. You know what I mean? Just neighbor kids. I should bang on their window like, hey, come outside. and they're Mexican and they don't speak Spanish. They don't speak English. So they'll come outside and be like, stay right here. Just give them the float over. Boom. Yeah, see, I can do it. And then I just knock back on the door and go, hey, here's your kid.
He's unconscious. He should wake up soon.
He's got brain damage now. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I mean, I should have did more practice.
He's got a bunch of dirt and grass on his forehead.
Yeah.
Ian Rotten's your kid. I'm sorry.
Oh, Lord.
Well, like I said earlier, up next on the show, Paulie with a promo with 911 with him, putting over Sabu and Scorpio. They show us clips from the last match they have. He puts this match, the upcoming match, over pretty hard, which is, well, he should. And showing the clips gets people obviously in the mood to want to see it again. And it's going to be Sabu and Too Cold at the Hardcore Heaven show. And I thought it was effective.
Sabu and Too Cold.
But he gives us the origin stories of 911.
What, did somebody needed to call somebody, so they picked up the big book and they just grabbed a bunch of pages and they found out what they needed to call?
He says he walked into a bar looking.
The origins of 911.
What he says, he gives us the origin stories of 911. He says he walked into a bar looking for the biggest, baddest guy in the world, thought he was going to go nose to nose with him, and he ran into 911's belly button.
Oh, good Lord. Wow. What?
So Paul Heyman found 911 in a leather bar.
Shocker.
And bumped into his belly button.
I can't even imagine the jokes that we don't have enough time. The show's only an hour.
I walked into Adam and Steve's
garage. That's right. And there was ape hangers. You know?
Judas Priest was playing, and there was 911.
Just hanging out there.
Literally.
He was 911 in it. That's what they call it. I mean, if you're just hanging out, if you're just hanging out at a bar, they just call it 911 again.
We got an emergency.
Just don't worry about it, man. He's just 911 again. Yeah, he's cool.
And we end this show with a Mr. Hughes promo.
Big cat.
That's it was actually hard to hear a lot of what he was saying because of the loud music.
It was hard to hear a lot of you saying because of me laughing at whatever the fuck I just watched.
I know at the end he made the comment about not playing with kids anymore.
He ain't playing with kids.
Yes, once again he threw that line in there.
Didn't he say he was tired of playing with kids? Or he was through? Like, I'm through playing with kids.
I ain't playing with kids no more.
Yeah.
Like, done hanging out with Sal Balomo.
You're like 38. Like, you shouldn't be playing with kids to begin with. Like, I have kids and I don't even play with them. Whose kids are he playing with? He's out there in Westchester with his glasses and his suspenders and his dumbass suit on. He's out there playing tiddlywinks out there on the streets of Westchester, Pennsylvania. The big cat.
Playing street hockey and hopscotch with a bunch of kids.
Street hockey and hopscotch?
No, just...
Holy shit. You're really pitching a hole in this guy into a spot here. I don't know about the fucking street hockey. I mean, he might be able to do the hopscotch, but he'd be damn bad at doing the hopscotch. I don't know about the street hockey. Can you imagine a big cat playing street hockey? No, that ain't fucking happening. He'd be out there lumbering around.
I got a goal on Lex Luger once.
Yeah, big cat. Undertaker.
Blocking Lawrence Taylor.
Undertaker.
Undertaker ain't getting no goal on me.
That's right. Good Lord. What a big... Is he the biggest jabroni in the business ever?
He's close.
He's close.
He's probably behind Damien Demento.
Oof. I actually met that dude, man.
You met Damien Demento?
Yeah. Dude, he actually thought, I don't know how you say this. Like, he was trained not as a traditional wrestler. He was trained like this was like an acting gig. You know what I mean?
Mondo clean.
That's right. Yeah, that's what he was in ECW. Or 3D's what he was in ECW. It was Damien Demento, Mondo Clean, and then in ECW he was 3D. And like he was trained like this was some kind of like acting thing. And when I talked to him, I thought he was cool and all, and then I was just like, this fucking guy ain't got a clue. Like he didn't have a wrestling knowledge bone in his body. Like he didn't know anything about wrestling. Like about the history, nothing. He knew nothing. And I'm just like, oh, well, where's he at now?
Last I saw, he was making crazy ass videos on YouTube.
Well,
like a conspiracy theorist or some shit like that.
At least I'm on a podcast that nobody listens to.
Damien Demento's at Walgreens.
This guy's making conspiracy theories on YouTube. The fuck does that? Is that how you get famous nowadays? You make conspiracy theories on YouTube? Because it seems like everybody's doing it.
If everything's a conspiracy theory, nothing's a conspiracy.
What if Bob Armstrong would have turned heel in 1982? Why don't we do that conspiracy?
I like to think of Damien Demento's working at Walgreens or something.
What, nowadays?
Yeah.
And he still has the eyebrows?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's looking at the ceiling. Like, where's the boss?
This dumb goof. You walk in there and you just fucking say, whatever your last name is. and he's fumbling through packages with his dumb fingernails. And he's, there you go. Oh, what an idiot.
His name tag says M Clean.
Yeah. Hey, I know you. Mondo Clean. Well, what was the name of that company, man? Come on. That company in Florida that he worked for. The one Eddie Mansfield ran.
The Smoking Guns came out of there too, didn't they?
Yep.
Oh, fuck. I cannot remember what it was called, though.
Well, that's what I asked you.
Yeah. I failed
I
you on
asked
that
you
one.
what it was called.
I failed you on that one. You're like, what was it called? You're like, what was it called? And I'm like, Smoking Guns.
It was that it was generic, right? Because Eddie Mansfield ran it, right? Yep. Eddie Mansfield ran it. It was the Smoking Guns. Oh my god, I got it for like, I don't know, 6-8 weeks. Did you guys ever get it?
No, I've never seen it.
They had this guy, I swear to God.
Federation?
What is it?
The International Wrestling Federation?
I don't know. It sounds made up to me, but okay, sure. The International Wrestling.
The Smoking Guns there is a team called the Long Riders.
Yeah, Long Riders. And they had this guy. This guy was the best. His name was Hollywood Rick Diamond. Oh my God, I can't remember shit. I forgot where I parked my car last week. But I remember Hollywood Rick Diamond, right? His deal was he was the biggest star in the whole entire wrestling industry, and he had just signed like this multi-million-dollar deal to work like for this company. And I just said, "Oh, I'm going to watch this show just for this guy because he looked like he was awful." And it had the guns. Oh yeah, I got it. I got a lot of it, but I don't. Other than that, I don't remember a whole lot of the names that were on there because I don't think there was many. I don't think there was many names.
Well, overall, to end the show, what did we think about this week's episode of ECW, guys? I thought there was decent action on it. It was better than I expected it to be. Let me put it that way.
Go ahead, Aaron.
It was a lot of recap, and like I told you guys, when I watched it, I was like, oh, fuck. We're going to get like 20 minutes of action out of this thing, and the rest of it was just recap. I mean, it did what it was supposed to do to hype going into Hardcore Heaven. And I honestly, I got ahead of myself and watched Hardcore Heaven, and when we get into Hardcore Heaven next week, this is the first thing that's like, true ECW, but this show, it did what it was supposed to do, and it hyped what's coming up.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all you can say that it did, right? I mean, Aaron?
Yeah,
Nate? I mean, pretty much, I mean, it's all you can do is put as much juice as you can into what the next serving is, to make money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they're already paying to be on TV. So why are you paying to be on TV? So I can get people to come to the building in the next, whatever it was, 2 weeks or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So that was a heavy push, and it was a good push nonetheless.
And this was, and I think sometimes when I watch these shows, I forget as I'm watching them, just because we've been in the past 25 years, it's been so focused on cable TV wrestling, like Monday Night Raw, Nitro, AEW, etc. You forget sometimes that at 94, in 94, wrestling was still an arena product. It wasn't really a television product. So the point of the TV show was to get people into the arena.
Yeah, that's what wrestling was meant to be from the fucking beginning.
Exactly.
I don't know, what to tell people, because you have a TV, you have a company, and you're going to run TV, blah blah blah. Well, how are you going to make money? Well, we're going to be on TV. You're not going to make any fucking money just being on. You're paying money to be on TV,
right?
You know what I mean? And what are you going to do for this backdrop? What are you going to? How many do you have? Somebody that manufactures cardboard cutouts? Because you're going to need about fucking 25,000 of them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, dude. Let's be smart about this. Good night.
Well, that being said, we will wrap up this episode of Reliving the Extreme. Chad, Aaron, thank you once again for joining me this week.
Jason's from Europe. Did you know that?
How do you like my being European?
That was just a random note that I had on my notebook. I wrote Jason's from Europe.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great week, everybody. Reliving the Extreme is a production of Maxson Media, all rights reserved.